What's up, all you beautiful people? It's your boy, the Vaslap here. It is Sunday. It is race day. We've got a sprint race, baby. Saudi Arabia sprint race at Jeddah after our new calendar. And guys, I might be saying this a little bit prematurely, but we've got a good car. We've got a good car. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. But anyway, if you guys like the series, if you like what you're seeing, please leave a comment down below. Give us the thumbs up. And you know what, guys? I'm not going to waste any more time on this intro. Let's go racing. Let's go to Saudi Arabia, ladies and gents. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for more racing. Only two other races took in between, but we've got a lot to talk about. We have our first sprint race in Jeddah today. But before we get to that, Miami, of course, Skukuza, we're going to have a quick reminder of what we did in Skukuza. Of course, Tsunoda picked up the first points, coming in 6th. Piastri coming from the back to finish 14th. Miami, and I want to say a good performance, but it really wasn't. If we look at the results, Yuki and Oscar both sitting in 15th and 16th position. The other teams have brought their upgrades and obviously did quite well. Monza, though, it was a slightly different result with Yuki Tsunoda coming onto a podium. That's right, our first podium finish for Yuki Tsunoda. I feel bad for missing this one. I really wanted to show the sprint race to you guys because I was watching the other videos and stuff like that, and the sprint races seem to have the most views, so I thought I'm not going to record this, and then we go finish third. So yeah, well done to Yuki. Oscar 13th, he was just out of the placings, didn't have a great race. Oscar's really been struggling. We've got Jeddah coming up today, and you can see we have brought in our upgrades. We've got the fastest and the second fastest. It was third a minute ago. But we can see our high speeding is still very much struggling. We are developing these parts. Once we get these parts in to our cars, I think we'd actually be really good sorted. High speed is very much the focus with underfloor and the rear wing here. In fact, even the high wing, except for the chassis, I think it's the only thing that doesn't really help with high speed. But after Jeddah, we should be quite good. I mean, we currently have the best car on the grid. Apparently, I think cornering does not help us much here in Jeddah because, as you can see, it is a very balanced circuit, but there is a lot of little corners in the top there. But it'll be very interesting to see how we do in the sprint race and the main race. In terms of other news, Piastri has gone up a rating. He's on 88 now. He has developed quite nicely, and in fact, we go look at, just go to scouting quickly, and you go to driver scouting. We go overall, Piastri is the third best driver in the game. Well, just behind free agent for Alonso, who's probably going to retire soon. But yeah, Piastri on the up and up. So I am thinking of replacing Tsunoda, but obviously Tsunoda's picked up the only points. Piastri hasn't picked up any points. And I was thinking of going for Charles Leclerc, who is a free agent, but it's something I'm going to keep in mind on. I'm not considering any new drivers yet. As you can see in the bottom left, right-hand corner, we're struggling a little bit for money in terms of just paying our bills. We're on 134. We do have the, I think it's this one for in 2 weeks' time, our finances for sponsorships, rather. In terms of constructors, we are currently sitting in 5th. Of course, just to remind you guys, our target for this season is, of course, 7th and above. They are disappointed with everything else, but the race performance, they are happy, which is great. We failed those two objectives, so they aren't exactly happy. But yeah, I think we're getting there. We're getting there. In terms of the budget, we are hemorrhaging a lot of money, guys. It's not looking good. Just go to finances. You can see we're losing quite a bit of money, so we just need to help that. The cost gap has gone down to minus 40, so 99 million. Still using 71% of it. We'll get there. Anyway, let's go racing. Let's go racing. The race targets, it's for, because we got the fastest car, it's going to say first, but I'm going to go 5th or lower for him and 7th or lower for Yuki. I don't believe those numbers, guys. I don't believe that we have the fastest car on the grid. I don't believe that we can do all of that. Right, ladies and gents, sprint quali is done. As you can see, 2nd and 3rd in the end. Turns out we do have a fast car. Oscar was first in Q1, SQ2 was Tsunoda, and Verstappen was SQ3. But you can see our times, we are sort of on par with the Ferrari and the Red Bull. We had a very good lap. The problem with Saudi Arabia is that it's so narrow, so you just get hit with traffic. And yes, it is sunshine. It's weird, but it's something that happens in F1 Manager. When there's a sprint race, it's sunshine. That's how it is.
This is it.
There's Tsunoda in the front row, guys. Piastri just behind Verstappen. We need a big start. We need a big start from Piastri. A high overtake for him. We need Sainz to stay behind us. Piastri's got to go. Piastri, stick to your guns. Sainz just pushed past him like it was nothing. Tsunoda going to chill behind Verstappen. No need to get aggressive. No need to do that. There is no pit stops. This is just pure racing. We're with Piastri behind Sainz, who's behind Tsunoda, who's behind Verstappen. Ocon just behind Piastri as well. I think the first 2-3 laps will be very crucial to get in front of Carlos Sainz. Of course, we know the Red Bull and the Ferraris are a little bit faster, I think, especially cornering, where this track does have a lot of cornering. I know it says balance, but there's a lot of cornering, especially low speed and a couple of high speed cornering, which doesn't bode well for our vehicles at the moment. But Piastri's doing well to keep up with Sainz. Verstappen is doing okay. I mean, Tsunoda's doing okay to keep up with Verstappen, rather. Sainz has been dropped a little bit by Tsunoda, which is good, because especially now when we enter the DRS range, things can start changing in a hurry. We need to try and get a bit of a balance over Ocon as well. Tsunoda put in the fastest lap, guys, just like that. But you can see our top speed is much quicker than the Red Bull, but the cornering is where they get us. Tsunoda will have DRS on Verstappen. Sainz will have DRS as well, which isn't good for Piastri. He's got the DRS. He's going to get into the second DRS zone as well with more DRS. I think he's got it. No, he doesn't. Verstappen picked it up, which is fine. Which is fine. Because if Verstappen passes him here on this DRS, it doesn't have DRS either. Piastri, guys, Piastri almost, I think, overtook Sainz and Verstappen. Tsunoda's put up a huge, pulled away from him.
So safety car deployed.
Guys, there's a safety car. There's a safety car. Don't know what happened, but everybody's pitting, and I am going to pit as well. Sargent has crashed. And I missed the pit lane. Oh, that's bad hit. Yeah, Logan, that was bad. But I mean, it just makes sense not to pit, right? Sorry, I'll just pause the game. Everybody else has gone in. No one in the top half is going in. I don't know if I need to pit now and get fresh tires on. I think Piastri definitely needs to. He was the only one on softs. Does have another set of softs so we can get him to the end of the race. I'll take the risk with Piastri. Don't know if his tires will make it all the way to the end, guys. I think I'm going to take the risk with Piastri. Tsunoda is fine. I think Tsunoda should be okay. But Piastri is going to go to, well, he's going to go to the back. Yeah, I think we have to get Tsunoda. We have to get Piastri in.
Box.
I think he can fight back and get back his positions. I don't think that is a problem. I think Tsunoda needs to just chill.
Call the tyres.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Yeah, guys, Piastri's gonna have to pit. Okay, so everybody in the front half has also decided to pit. Tsunoda did not pit, and I don't think Tsunoda needed to pit. Gasly also did not pit. I think with 80% we should be fine, which is good because it means Piastri does not lose track position either. But he has, with Verstappen and Lawson and Hamilton, put softs.
Leave this debris on track.
They're all going for softs, which is not good for Tsunoda. I really felt like Tsunoda should be fine.
Gap to Verstappen will be 1 seconds.
I really thought he'd be fine. I didn't think Tsunoda needs to be...
Gap to him 1.7. Will be 11 laps to go.
Maybe I should have pitted him, guys. And they're opening up a gap a little bit on Lawson as well. Though they're opening a gap on him as well. We're going to have to push hard, and we can push the fuel hard as well, which is good. Tsunoda needs to just ease off those tyres, just a tad.
Look after the tyres.
Yeah.
He does not have a good gap over Sainz, which is not good. Not good that he doesn't have a good gap over Sainz, but we'll see how it goes.
How are the tyres?
Guys, Tsunoda's losing a lot of pace. No matter what I try and do, he's just losing the pace. The tire wear is going to be a problem, I think. Because Piastri's just passed him quite easily. Piastri easily passed him, actually.
And charge button on.
A little bit ridiculous. Tsunoda fighting back hard, though. And Tsunoda's fighting for Sainz's position as well. Guys, Hamilton has just taken both our guys. Piastri just took Tsunoda as well. There's 3 laps left of this. We're struggling. We are absolutely struggling for pace. Piastri's doing all right, actually. He just got taken now because of a... kind of got pushed a little bit wide from Hamilton, which has now caused a little bit of a gap between the two drivers. I'm a little bit annoyed at that, but I guess it happens. In the grand scheme of things, 4th and 5th is absolutely amazing. And it does bode well for the Jeddah race itself, which is great. I have also noticed that the medium attire is actually really good on this track, which is something to note. But Aston Martin and Williams have actually been very, very good cars, and McLaren are sort of in that bracket. And then you've got Red Bull and Ferrari being above it. We're sort of like in between McLaren and the top 4, which is weird. But I feel like a lot of the other teams haven't done their full developments yet. We're already starting to develop third gen parts, I guess you can call them.
Race is long.
The plan for the season is to try and develop up to about 4 or 5 different parts and keep upgrading. And then look at researching and maybe research, not like we did last season, we only researched twice everything. I'm going to try 3 or 4 times to even go further ahead in the terms of development. But there we go, P4, P5 in the sprint race. It's time for the main race. Right, guys, we've got qualifications done. This is the match that we're going for, strategy. Medium, soft, mediums for Piastri, soft, medium for Tsunoda. Piastri does have a second set of softs that I might put on towards the end if safety car or something comes out. Tsunoda, unfortunately, does not have another set of softs. He's got one set of slightly used softs, which you could potentially use, but we do have the hards as well for him. But yeah, like I said, we'll see how it looks towards the end of the race. If there's a safety car after lap 40, we can stop him and just throw on softs for both of them. First for Tsunoda, second for Piastri. First time 1-2 on the front of the grid. It's going to be an exciting race. I did say I'll come back if there's any drama in the Q1. There literally wasn't. We just got extremely lucky that we didn't get mudded in traffic. Because you can see in the second row, there's an Aston Martin chilling there. They got lucky as well. It was quite funny. I think it was Verstappen that got bugged down, and I think he landed up finished like 6th or 7th. I was laughing quite a bit because he was our best contender going into that quali. Yes, 5th. That's where he finished. But here we go. We're on our way. First turn going through the Arcan, trying to push through. He had a very good quality. The three of us all were basically within like 100th of a second, the top 3 for quali. Piastri now fighting back. He's lost the position to Arcan. Tsunoda's pulled her head away. That's brilliant. Back to night racing in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. We finished 4th and 5th in the sprint race. Can we do better in the main race? In terms of tires, Arcan on the hard, which is interesting. Sainz, I think, might be a similar strategy to Tsunoda, whereas Verstappen might be a similar situation to Piastri. But yeah, some interesting stuff. In terms of the rest of qualification, the only big shot was B. Lawson. He didn't have a good quali. Hamilton finished like I think 6th, so he's dropped some, but he does have a fault. Yeah, it'll be available after like lap 2 or 3. But I'm happy with this as it stands. Piastri, Arcan does have a quick car. He's on the harder tire, which I suppose short term would be better. But Tsunoda can push these tires a little bit.
DRS enable.
We are looking at just passing the double stack, so we're not going to go double stack, but P15 is where we're doing the tire swaps. We are going to be burning a lot of fuel. I'm hoping for a safety car, so that would help us a heck of a lot. But we can actually go balanced here now. We don't need to push too much on the fuel.
And some lift off.
Piastri, we've made a gap over Sainz, which is excellent.
Just increase the lift and coast at this stage.
Arcan will have DRS here, but so will Piastri. Tsunoda's slowing up Piastri down a bit there, but he's coming on the inside. Tsunoda trying to fight hard. Got pushed wide there. Tsunoda got pushed wide. Come on! Guys, Tsunoda just took Arcan beautifully. I missed it. And I missed the little replay button as well. Piastri just took Arcan as well.
Good job.
That we can see. That is good. Here we go. On the DRS, so now these two can just put foot and go. We've proven we've got a fast car. Sweet indeed.
Your battery's ready.
And Piastri just took first place, guys. We're 1 and 2 in lap 4. Let's just end the race here. We're done. We're done. We don't need to worry about this anymore. We're done. We're done. And we've got a huge gap over Verstappen. Arcan has got put the fastest time in now. He's fighting hard to get that spot back. But we're proving why we call 1 and 2. This is beautiful though to see. From the view of Arcan, you can just see our cars driving away. Tsunoda's getting a lovely little toe off of Piastri. As we come into the DRS range, I'm going to deploy out of here for both my cars. Try and get that
Drain the
gap
battery.
on Arcan. We've increased it to 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Are we going to... Oh, is he out of DRS range, guys? Is he out of DRS range? Is he out? We've dropped him. We've dropped him. He's out of DRS range. Let's go.
Recharge on.
He's out of DRS. Guys, that's brilliant. Tsunoda taking first place over Piastri. I kind of want Piastri to be second. I'm going to do this, guys. I don't really need Piastri to fight his teammate. Unless something bad happens, Piastri can just chill behind Tsunoda. Tsunoda's got more points. It makes more sense to keep him in front. But also, I don't want to muck up Tsunoda's race. should I just let them fight? Because if I don't let them fight, these two, the rest of the pack could actually catch up. Guys, Verstappen has caught up. We've been saving some ERS. Verstappen has caught up a lot.
Battery's there if you need it.
We are going to try and push to get further ahead, but he is caught up into DRS range. Tsunoda's made a little bit of a gap on Piastri. I'm sorry, Tsunoda on Piastri. But Verstappen has put in flying lap after flying lap. I mean, look at his times. He's going at a 136. We're at 137, 137. We need to go a little bit faster. Because Tsunoda on the softs has a little bit of an advantage over Verstappen right now. But if we do pit now, what is the pit lane for Jeddah? I'm looking on the wrong screen.
No ERS. No
20 seconds. We've run out of ERS, guys. Verstappen's going to pass us here on this DRS zone. We can get stuck behind Tsunoda, that's fine. Okay, we can try and keep him back for a little bit longer. Like I said, it was 20 seconds. So we'll come out, well, near the bottom, somewhere around by Stroll. Oh, that's not good. Thought we had a bit of a better lead. I was hoping to come out somewhere around Hamilton, Lawson. We're only going to put in about 5 laps time. And I think it's inevitable that Verstappen will pass us. He does have a faster car on the turns. But everybody's sort of really bunched up here today, isn't it? Hey guys. So I have changed Tsunoda's strategy a little bit. We're going to switch to hards and softs at the end. I feel like the mediums haven't been great for Piastri, so I am going to just up it up a little bit. We're going to have a bit of a boring medium race for Tsunoda. He's opened up a little bit of a gap on Piastri, which is good. But that's why I say Piastri's been struggling a little bit with these mediums, so if he's coming off them, there's a yellow flag. Tsunoda just went wide.
I'm an idiot.
Ah, Tsunoda!
Just gotta be patient here.
Was that a crash? Did he hit Piastri? Oh, Carlos Sainz. He hit Carlos Sainz. There was Piastri. Ah, they just touched. I think Tsunoda will get a penalty for that as well. Ah, Tsunoda, mate. Do you have any damage? You're fine. You're fine. Okay, well, let's say lap 14 you're going to put, so on the next lap, you're going to switch to your hards. I'm going to stick to the strategy.
So box.
Piastri now just has some clear air just to push. He can push these hard. He's going to put in about 5 laps time, so I'm going to push him as hard as I can.
And increase pushing status a bit more. And more energy available.
Push these tires. Actually, no, sorry, wrong
Exactly.
button.
Lifting coast now.
So we believe we will be soon.
Okay, let's get it done. Catch a pass.
All right, he's still sort of in there. Luckily, Ocon was quite far behind. He's not going to cause too much issues. So he's going to put on the next lap, or this end of this lap, basically. Piastri, I'm going to put him in the next... After, when it says lap 14, then we'll do the next lap. So once he crosses the finish line, then we'll send him in. You can push it now, Tsunoda. Push it.
Click. Overtake.
Guys, it's very bunched up. He's going to come up near the bottom somewhere. Van Droon just pitted from 8th and he's down to 20th. So that's the gaps we're looking at in terms of the leaders. So if you look at Piastri, will probably come out around Gio. I think Tsunoda will be about the same. That's what we're hoping for. Tsunoda can get the pass here on Sainz. That'll be great for Verstappen and Piastri fighting it out there in the front. Kinda don't want Verstappen to pit. And I don't think he's going to. Sainz is not going to put anytime soon either. He's really looking after those tires. Verstappen's taken the lead. That's fine. That is fine. We have a long-term strategy. Tsunoda took the pass on Sainz. Tsunoda is going to the pit stop though.
And we need charge.
All right,
button
here we
on,
go. This is a
charge button
big thing.
on.
Bottas is pitting, which is good with us. Everybody in front of us will need to pit. The hards are going to run a bit longer. But we can get a good pit stop here. 2.2 would be great. 2.6 is not ideal at all. Where's Gio? Gio's coming down the pit straight. Ricardo's also a was. Awards also. It's a long, weird little pit straight that comes out. Gio, we are in front of Gio. Just in front of Gio.
P11.
Okay. Go hard now. We can go hard on these tires till the lap, what, 37. Piastri is going to have to pit next lap. He's going to go onto his softs now.
37.
These are used. Alright, Tsunoda's caught up with Hamilton and he's about to take Hamilton very easily. Easy as you like. Piastri's been fighting with Lawson. Lawson's not giving up the chase, so he's got a lot of time to go, but that was super easy to take over Hamilton. Russell still needs to put on soft, so we should be able to catch Russell quite quick. He's just passed Norris on the hards. Sainz and Gasly also need to put on the 3 softs. Verstappen in the lead needs to start. Tsunoda's in a good position here, guys. Tsunoda's in a very, very good position. And he doesn't need to push that hard. Piastri, though, needs to make up a little bit of time now. Because, as you can see, he's 23 behind Verstappen. So if Verstappen has to pit, he'll come out above Piastri.
At the moment, P9.
So I need Piastri to push a little bit harder.
Hamilton.
But I don't want to waste more fuel. I'm trying to get that fuel down. At least to 1 kg before I push again. But he needs to open that gap over Lawson. That is important. And he has. He has opened that gap in Lawson. That's beautiful. Tsunoda closing in on Russell and Norris. If he can get past them without pit stops, that'll be actually fantastic. Well, that won't make a difference. Okay, so Piastri is coming in on this lap into the pit stops. In terms of where I'm hoping he does come out, I'm looking at above where Hamilton is, maybe above in between Ricciardo and Hamilton, in that little bit of clear air that's there. He's going to go into the mediums to the end of the race. And we can push those tires a little bit as well, which is nice. Yes, Tsunoda's got another 10 laps. No, I'd say less. 8 laps. 7 laps. 7 laps, I'd say. To go on these tires before we put him. I'm going to wait till about like 40% before we send him in the pits. The closer I can get to 40 laps, the better. Because it gives us then 10 laps to make up that time. And in terms of Tsunoda, if he had to put now, I mean, he would be... Where am I? Interval. He'd come out above Iwasa, which is ideal. Because a lot of these guys are on hards till the end, which is good. Then we should have the pace to beat him. Gasly just passed Piastri, by the way. That's fine, though. Piastri's going into the pits. Again, I wasn't too worried about that. Here we go. Bottas is pitted with Piastri. They've got a much shorter line to get into. Can we get a 2.1, guys? 2.1? 2.1? 2.5 is not good. Bottas will come ahead of us.
And what's a wide
Where's
line
Ricciardo? Ricciardo is coming straight down. Need to be in front of Ricciardo. We did lose a little bit of pace. We will come ahead of Ricciardo. Or Zhao, rather, because he took Ricciardo on that straight, but we'll be fine there. Alright. Let's push these tires.
Carry
Let's
front is
push.
Bottas.
Deploy out of there. Let's go.
1.2.
Tsunoda, you can go back to harvest.
Gap to him 4.4.
Alright, Tsunoda is
18 laps to go.
sort of posting now. He's going fine. Doesn't need to be too high on aggression and all that. The driver confidence system doesn't make sense to me. Like, Piastri's has been low the whole time, but he hasn't really done anything horrible other than the lockup. But I mean, it's just weird, isn't it? Well, Piastri's out of the race. Ah, Piastri, mate.
You okay?
Ah. What happened? Just spun out. That's a lot of money to fix. That's a lot of money to fix that we don't have.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Right. We have one car left in this. I was hoping for a double podium. That's not going to happen. Tsunoda now needs to put a bit of daylight between him and Ocon. The safety car really did help Ocon a lot, but we are pushing now. We can push 100% push as hard as we can. I want to try and close that gap between Verstappen. It was at 6 seconds at one point, so we need to really, really close down on Verstappen. And then as soon as we put those softs on, we can really go for it. We can really, really go for it. With 15 laps to go, you know what, guys? Now's the time to do it. Fresh softs on the next lap. We got 2 more laps with these ones.
Okay, so box.
But push, 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 push. Let's close that gap on Verstappen. We got a little bit held up by Hulkenberg. Or is he currently behind Hulkenberg? Yeah, he is. Hopefully Hulkenberg can slow him down a little bit. Ocon has closed that gap in. Ocon is going for it. We're doing the same though. We're going for it. We need to go for it. Ideally, he would have come above Gasly. He's coming down the straight now. 2.1. No! No!
What are we doing?
Ah!
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
4 seconds! Ah!
5.
Ah, that was not good.
Car behind is Russell.
That was not good.
13 laps to go.
Now we need to catch up to Gasly. 6 seconds ahead. That is not good. Guys, it is the final lap. We're 2 seconds behind Ocon. I have no battery left. Absolutely nothing.
Copy.
I'm going to try get some battery back for the last half, but I don't see us passing Ocon. We have put a nice gap ahead of the side, so I don't see him catching. So I think P3 is where we'll finish, which has been... I mean, at least you guys get to see a podium. You know, I thought maybe Monza might be a once-off thing, but I'm happy with this race. Piastri, not so much. I'm not happy with Piastri, but I mean, what can I do? We have to fix that. We have to go into debt a little bit, which isn't ideal. It's not ideal. But I mean, we had a hell of a race, didn't we? We had a hell of a race with Tsunoda. He had that lockup, which did possibly ruin a little bit of his chances of a top 2 finish. Ocon had a very quick car like he did. I mean, we know the Ferrari is a much quicker car, and I think if Hamilton didn't have that issue, I think he would be up here with us. Lawson had a terrible qualifying, which put him at the bottom of his Red Bull. Sainz has been giving us a run for money. The Williams has been absolutely fantastic in this race. Let's not take that away from him. But we are looking at Yuki Tsunoda coming down the final straight before the hairpin, the final turn of the Saudi Arabia race. Verstappen takes the checkered flag. Ocon will take 2nd place. And in 3rd place,
Max Verstappen over
we've
the finish
got
line.
Yuki Tsunoda for Vaslap Racing. Baby! Let's go!
P3.
I'll take it. We can see a podium, guys. We get to see a podium.
Good job, guys.
Yuki Tsunoda makes
Yuki
his way
Tsunoda,
back to the
3rd
offense of
place.
that race.
Fantastic race. That's 2 back-to-back thirds, by the way, for Yuki. Because we got 3rd in Monza, 3rd in Saudi Arabia.
It's a sensational achievement for the
Here we go,
Japanese
Yuki.
driver. and one that is certainly well deserved.
I'm happy about that, Hughes. I'm happy.
And that's podium number 2, down to the hard work of the driver and the whole team, of course.
Here we go. Verstappen takes first. Ocon takes second. A good race from
And finally,
Ocon.
now the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi
Yeah,
Arabian
show me
Grand
Yuki,
Prix.
man. I don't want to see Max. There we go, Yuki. Get it in, son. Get it in. There we go. Well done, Ukes. Well done, Yuki.
How do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
That was
They'd
fantastic.
certainly be pleased to have made...
I'm happy with that. There we go. He did drop 2 places. Fair enough. But I mean, fastest lap, we get that extra point. 16 points. Does put us 1 spot up in the Drivers' Championship. We go ahead of Ocon. Lawson dropped 2 spots there. Verstappen goes back to the top where, I mean, you expect Verstappen to be there, don't you? But it does mean we're closing in a little on Lewis Hamilton. Even Piastri went up. Piastri got 5 points. How did Piastri get 5 points? Oh, from the sprint race. Forgot about the sprint race. Well done, Piastri, actually. 5 points from the sprint race? That is not bad at all, eh? Tsunoda also picked up 5 from there, eh? 4. 4 from the sprint race. Nice, Tsunoda. Nice, my boy. It does mean we go 3rd in the driver standings. We go above Williams. We've been absolutely fantastic, and we're there where we should be. Listen, there's a big gap between Red Bull and Ferrari, but I'm happy with 3rd. Guys, I'm happy with 3rd. How do we do in the DHL? I don't think we had fast stops, considering that final stop that we had. We're sitting in 9th in the DHL. 2.3, 2.5, 2.6, and 4.3. What was the issue? Tightening of tires took an extra 2 seconds. That's 2 podiums in a row for Yuki Tsunoda. What a race. Piastri, listen, there's hope. There is hope for Piastri. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to change anything, but there's hope for Piastri. That's all I'm going to say right now. We're coming back for the Canadian race next week, so make sure you guys tune in for that. If you don't know when next week is, hit subscribe, get notified so you stay up to date with more F1 Manager 2024 and the Vazslap Racing team. From me, your boy, the Vazslap, give us the thumbs up. I'm out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.